Hi, I'm Sarika Koppal and I'm here to explain my final project, which is about a data visualization, and it's about explaining the data analysis on car data sets. The concept of using pictures such as maps, bar graphs, line graphs is to understand the data clearly. It has been around the world for centuries. Transport is essential because it allows people to communicate, trade, and interchange different forms of information, which leads to the formation of civilization. Transportation is fundamental key to economic progress and globalization, and cars are considered as the main mode of transport for daily routine in people's life. In today's world, as technology is getting advanced, there are many different manufacturing companies that are making their cars with certain modifications according to people's choice and are releasing into the market. Automobile companies are relying on fresh, up to date data to track the market's trajectory and emerging trends that affect their industry. Because of data patterns and statistics, data visualizations are becoming more important as the automobile sector grows. Using these statistics and data trends will aid in improving the market and design strategies of various manufacturing companies, resulting in increased industry sales. The main idea of this data set is because of my interest in automobiles and their variants that are available around the world. The main objective for doing this project is for identifying the trends, needs, and statistics from the data and visualizing them using tools, which will help in defining and designing various strategies, which in turn helps the automobile companies to know the pros and cons and make changes in them for the coming future. Also, using the data from the previous year will help in comparing and predicting the new trends in the data. And about the data set that I have choose, this data set about the cars has been extracted from Kaggle website. It consists of list of various cars and different models that are manufactured in different companies. This data set consists of 16 columns and around 11,914 rows of data in it. The attributes for this data set are model, year of the manufacturer, fuel engine, transmission type, car style, size, and etc. And I have also done the related work regarding the expected data analysis. And expected data analysis is a process of gaining a better understanding of data sets by summarizing and visualizing their primary properties. The importance of visualization in manufacturing is a visualization can aid automobile manufacturers and suppliers in overcoming the existing challenges. Management can make better decisions with the help of high quality photorealistic graphics that communicate design intent. Switching to a virtual prototype can save time and money by eliminating the need of for physical prototypes and allowing for more digital versions to be reviewed in less time. Visualizations can be used to create photorealistic representations of non-existent items, making it possible to exhibit, validate, and market conceptual designs. Visualization strengthens the review process and improves the quality of the design before prototypes are constructed, and production planning begins by using generator imagery to create visual feedback of data. Additionally, visualization software enables design teams to enter large volumes of technical data to generate an exceptionally accurate virtual depiction of the assembled product, complete with all system and components such as engine, interior, seat, and instrumentation. The approach I have used to clean the data and for the data wrangling and visualization is Python, which is done through tools like pandas and seaborn. I've chosen these visuals completely at random and they are based on the data extracted from the dataset after some data manipulation. The goal was to clean up the data and get it ready for visualization. First, I choose the data and uh, the following are the codes for the data. As a second objective, I wanted to remove any irrelevant columns from the dataset as well as rename a few to make them more understandable to the people and more visually appealing. The following is the code that was used. This was the original data and this is the dataset after dropping the columns. And I have also renamed the columns in the dataset. The third one was to drop the duplicate missing null rows of the data in the data set. And these are the codes that I have used for dropping and missing the null values of the codes. And it's after doing the data cleaning, the data set is now ready to perform visualizations based on the data. Effects of visualization. So uh, we can observe that there are more than 20 manufacturing enterprises in the data set. As a result, I came up with the idea of showing how many automobiles are produced by various companies represented in the data set. Histogram is a chart I picked illustrate my visualization since it clearly shows which company manufactured the most and least just by looking at the visualization. The term histogram refers to the frequency with which variables appear in certain interval. In this case, a histogram can assist me in determining the frequency of cars produced by a single business. So this histogram represents that the Chevrolet produced the most automobiles while Bugatti, Genesis, Oldsmobile, and Spiker produced the least. The following is a Python code that I used to get this visualization. My second visualization will show the data set's dependent variables. As a result, I used a heat map to determine the association between variables in the data set. We can conclude from the data that price is a variable that is affected by the factors such as year, horsepower, CYMPG. In order to find out what visualization would show, I decided to create one. A heat map is the most appropriate visual for this since it shows a variety of colors that represents the variations in other variables. This is required for determining dependent variables. The heat map vividly illustrates the dataset's dependent factors. It will aid in understanding and identification of statistics found in the data. The following is a code that was used to create the visualization. The dependent elements of the dataset are vividly depicted in a heat map. As I've worked on my third visualization, I'm looking for a trend among the data. Horsepower and price are the variables I have utilized for this. The ideal layout for determining the correlation between these variables is a scatter plot, which clearly shows the relation between them and aids in recognizing the trends in the data shown. Below is the scatter plot of the data. The scatter plot suggests that the car's horsepower decreases as the mileage increases. It leads to a tendency in which horsepower of the car decreases and the mileage of the car grows. Horsepower is one of the criteria that influences the car. The following is a code that I have used to create the scatter plot. Coming to the discussion, I believe that people will be able to recognize the patterns and correlations among the variables in the data set, as well as the capacity to create visualizations using various Python tools. Writing code to generate visuals was a whole new experience for me. Python made it easier to visualize than the other visualization tools available. Future projects to mine the data and discover the best model for the data included in the data set. Machine learning and data mining methods will be used. Applying several models to the data will aid in better comprehending the data as well as making it easier to visualize and detect trends in the data. These are the references I used for it. Thank you.